Deadzone Rogue is a high-octane, first-person roguelite shooter that throws you deep into space. Here you're battling hordes of rogue machines and sometimes huge bosses. Developed by Prophecy Games, this title is all about that one more run feeling, with a mix of tight gunplay, diverse upgrades, and cooperative multiplayer. The core of this game is simple. Fight, die, revive, repeat cycle. In other words, you wake up on the ship with no memory and get immediately thrown into a desperate fight for survival. Each run starts you off with a basic weapon and any permanent tech upgrades you earn from previous attempts. Your goal is to clear waves of enemies across different ship sectors until you finally confront a powerful biomechanical boss. A unique tactical element is the stealth mode you get at the start of each new level. You are initially cloaked, which lets you scout enemy positions, plan your attack, and even set up ambushes. This really encourages a more strategic approach before the inevitable chaos kicks in. Plus, explosive barrels and environmental cover add even more layers to your tactical options. Trust me, you'll need this more than you think. Movement feels fluid and responsive. You can sprint and use a burst dash for quick maneuvers and to get into cover fast. This agility is super important for surviving those intense bullet fights and dodging enemy attacks, which includes hunter drones, robotic spiders, and other mindless foes. But here's the thing, this game can get really repetitive after a while. You are beating the same enemy types and going through similar rooms to upgrade almost the same things, and it definitely starts to tire you out. However, the fact that the gunplay is so smooth with a recoil that actually affects your shooting somehow manages to soften that repetitiveness. It makes it just fun enough to keep going. The game boasts over 30 powerful weapons, ranging from shotguns and SMGs to plasma cannons and sniper rifles. But what really makes the combat shine is the extensive weapon customization. Each weapon can be modified with elemental affixes like fire, gyro, lightning, radiation, and void, along with various other upgrades. This allows for a ton of build crafting, so you can turn a basic weapon into a specialized tool for crowd control or a single target boss killer. The game really encourages you to focus on specific elemental builds, with augments and perks often giving you big bonuses to certain damage types or elemental proc chances. It's a fun system that really lets you play your way. As you clear zones and defeat enemies, you grab temporary augments, perks, and items. These are crucial for building your character's power within a single run. But unlike a lot of roguelites with simple percentage boosts, Deadzone Rogue gives you some really impactful passive abilities. You can also upgrade the weapon's rarity and heal up after a certain amount of rounds. For example, you might get a slide that massively boosts your damage, perks that enhance hipfire accuracy, or abilities to summon body boss that complement your elemental damage. These choices are vital for adapting your playstyle on the fly. Even when you die, you are still making progress. During your runs, you'll collect tech components, a currency you can spend at the tech synthesizer in the lobby. These are permanent upgrades that turn your character into a more formidable killing machine, boosting your shields, amplifying elemental chaos, or enhancing your melee attacks for all future runs. The lobby also has a fabricator where you can buy new weapons, health packs, and upgrade your gear. The game supports cooperative play for up to 3 players. I didn't get a chance to try this out properly, but the multiplayer currently relies on invite-only lobbies instead of a real matchmaking system. Deadzone Rogue also offers adjustable difficulty levels, so you can tailor the challenge to your mood, from a more laid-back adventure mode to a super tough nightmare mode. Despite a really big amount of positives, the game isn't without its flaws. The boss fights are pretty underwhelming, they are often too simplistic and just don't have the complexity you'd expect from a roguelite. The story isn't fully fleshed out either, with noticeable differences in depth between the different zones. I also stumbled upon a very annoying sound glitch with a minigun, and honestly, the AI is pretty dumb as well. It often sees you instantly the moment you step in its direction, even if it shouldn't be able to. It's still an early access title, you should expect some bugs and limited content. In the end, Deadzone Rogue provides a really satisfying experience centered around its responsive FPS combat, deep build customization, and roguelike loop that rewards both in-run decisions and long-term progression. It's a fun game to pass the time with, though there are only 3 zones right now, which you can get through on normal in about 10 hours. But honestly, once you start playing, you'll completely lose track of time. It just sucks you in.